he's decided to go ahead and complete this trailer project. So we're getting ready to bring it into the garage. I think he has to put obviously the wood on it and axles and brakes and the tires. I'm not sure what else. I think he wants to set it down and grab it so it can go in the opposite direction. Oh, that looks like what he's gonna do. Okay, we got it turned around and picked up a different way. Headed in. Looks like we're gonna get rain, so we're getting it in just in time before it gets all wet. I had to move his homemade sawhorse out of the way. Okay.
I'm sure many of you remember this trailer. We started this probably last summer, and I had bought this trailer. It was in pretty rough shape, and it needed a bunch of work, a bunch of repairs, and some modifications, because we were going to use it for us, and we had a specific purpose in mind for this trailer and how we wanted to use it. So we kind of built it based on that. And well, since it's been so long, life has changed, and I really don't need this trailer anymore because something else has replaced it, and it'll be just fine. But I sent it out after we made all of our changes and modifications. We sent it out to sandblast and paint. I sent the axles, anything I needed painted, I sent with it to get done. And when he called me, it took him a little longer than he thought it would because he was busy, which isn't a big deal. And I got doing some other stuff, so this got, you know, put on back burner. And when I went to go pick it up and I saw these fenders, I just kind of got sick to my stomach, because I was like, I can't for the life of me figure out why I didn't replace these fenders. And he didn't do this. I knew these were like this. I just don't know why I didn't replace them. It wasn't for cost, because I really wasn't too concerned on cost in this project, because we were building it for us. I wasn't planning on selling it, which is why I'm so deep in it, but that's okay. But now we're at a point where like I said in the earlier videos, a couple videos ago, I want to clear up all the projects that we have started that are not complete, so that we can, one, get that off my plate and I don't have it hanging over my head anymore, and two, whatever we're not going to use, I'm going to sell off and get rid of it so that we can put some money back in the bank. Because my intention is, for the winter time, I want to do my cab over rollback project, and it's going to take this entire bay here, and it's going to be tied up for well over a year, I'm sure. So I need to get these things done, get them completed, and kind of get them out of our hair. So one, I can have the room, and two, I can actually put some money back in the bank, because it's going to cost me a pretty penny to do that cab over rollback project. So that's where I'm at. I can't live with these. I don't think anybody could. after doing all this work. That was obviously a huge mistake. So we're going to cut these things off, and we'll put some new ones on. Unfortunately, it certainly would have been better if I did that before it was sandblasted and painted, but it is what it is.
Well, we finally got the fender off. Just got to clean that up now. Get the rest of the welds off there.
All right, I got this all cut out and took the grinder and flat disc and got it all cleaned up. And I'm just wondering if I should just take a piece of plate steel up here to this corner and just box this in and then weld my fenders to it. That way, next time you do the fenders, it's not nearly as involved. You just come through and just blow the welds on the fender itself, and this part at the back can stay. I don't know. It'll stiffen this up a little bit too. Not like we really need it. It's actually pretty rigid. As you can see by the way I was lifting it up, it didn't twist at all. I don't know. I have to find some metal for the backs anyways, because I don't have anything. I really don't want to use old stuff. I gotta wire wheel and clean up and paint and all that crap. I'd like to use new just to make it faster and easier, but I don't know if I can find any. Let's see what I can do. I was taking off this side. This bracket back here is what holds the outside edge of the fender, and when I took it off, this just snapped off. And as you can see, it wasn't holding anyway. So sometimes when these problems happen, it's actually a good thing. I get to take care of this now, which will make me look at all these. Yeah, may have to add some weld to that. I don't know. We'll look at all of them. Alright, I got them both off. I cut them in half so we can get them in the scrap pile or on the truck. I got the other side all cleaned up. It's ready to go for a new one. I still don't have any metal for the back though. I'm going to have to go find some. I may have to buy a new. It'll break my heart. Since we're waiting on the steel to get here for the fender backs, because people stock the fenders but not the metal backing. Anyway, so we're waiting on that, so we're going to move on to wheels and tires. So this trailer originally only had 4 tires. 4 tires just on it, no spares. Well, I wanted to have spares, as you guys know if you've followed along. I made mounts on either side, so we had 2 spares. So my son was over the other day, and I was telling him, look at this wheel, how it didn't hold the paint. It just, the paint's just flaking off. And he had pointed out that this is a different wheel. And you can see there's really not much of a raised section here, but if you look at these, they have quite a raised section, and this is a different wheel. So I knew I needed to order wheels anyways. I was going to have that sandblasted and painted. So I found these wheels, and I ordered these up, and I knew the color probably wasn't going to match, so I ordered 3 for one side, 3 for the other side. We'll get rid of this one. So then I ordered tires. The tires that were on this trailer were basic trailer tires that you would find on a 7,000 pound trailer. This is, you can see, where is it? Right here. The single load, it's a load range C tire, and the max single load, meaning one tire not set up as duals, is 1,820 pounds. Now the wheel is good for 2,150. Now this is an ST205, ST trailer service. This is only a trailer tire, as it says, for trailer service only. So it's 205/75, which is the aspect ratio of this size to the width of the tread itself. D is bias ply, 15-inch diameter. I don't want bias ply tires, so I ordered up 6 radials. These are Carlisle's. They're ST205/75 15s, but they're a load range D. So if you remember, those were 1,800 a piece or so. And these ones, ST205/75R, meaning radial. And then over here you can see this one is good for 81 miles per hour at its full load. The standard load range C bias ply most times are rated for 50, maybe 55. I don't see too many above that in a bias ply. Max PSI is 65, and if you look here, the max single load right here, you can see the increase. We're at 2150. So 2150 meets the wheel spec because you're only as good as your weakest link. So tires are good for 2150. Those rims are good for 2150, which combined would be 4,300 pounds. However, it's still a 3,500 pound axle, so we're limited at 3,500 pounds. The benefit is they are a heavier load range. They're intended for up to 81 miles an hour, and they're radial. So we have all 6 matching, and then I ordered those 3 other wheels. I knew the color wouldn't match, didn't bother me. We'll put 3 on one side, 3 on the other, it'll be just fine. So today, I want to get all the tires mounted, since we're waiting on that. Get all these mounted, get these cleaned up. That one we'll get rid of, and then we'll get rid of that tire. I'll probably clean that rim up and paint it and put that bias ply tire on it and, you know, sell it off. We don't need it. I really wanted to put different wheels on this. This is a 5-on-5 bolt pattern, and I thought about going with different hubs and go to 5-on-4.5, which is by far more common. But by the time I did that, it would have added another $400 to the project on top of where I'm at now. So I decided to stick with what we got. If we got 2 spares, we're in good shape. People tell me all the time I need a tire machine. I really don't think I do. I think this works just fine. Might be a little cumbersome, but it'll do. It's not recording. I think it's turn on dirt tires. It's not working. Yeah, get like one of the is for light tires. But I mean, I'm not okay. Well, one more. There it is. So now that all the tires are mounted on the wheels, that's all done. I held on to that tire thinking I'd use it as a spare, but I'm gonna end up with 4 tires on, 2 spares. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell that. Maybe I can recover a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little bit, because yeah, I've made some mistakes in ordering stuff, and I kind of went over budget on it, ordering extra stuff. One mistake was this trailer originally had brakes just on the rear axle. I wanted brakes on both axles, so I ordered up 2 new brake drums for the axle that didn't have it. And I was going to put, I had these backing plates. I have all 4 brand new backing plates for the brakes. When I ordered the brake drums, I didn't pay attention to the bolt pattern. I thought they were 5-on-4.5. I just assumed. I didn't check. Well, they're not. They're 5-on-5. So the company I got them from, they want to charge me just about 50% of what I paid for the drums to return them. So I've decided I'm just going to hang on to those. I have more backing plates, so we're going to order up a beam, a trailer axle beam, just a bare beam with spindles, and we'll go ahead and use another set of backing plates I have and those drums. We'll just build us a little 6x14 ATV, a side-by-side trailer or something like that. And because I have a bunch of the trailer parts laying around, I've got chains, I've got hooks, I've got jacks, I've got breakaway kit, I've got lights. I got a lot of stuff we could use up and get rid of it, so we might just set it aside for now and do that. But these will take the place of that. And we need a bunch of lights for this project. Anyways, parts are rolling in, we're getting closer, but we still just need the metal. So I guess we'll stop here, and once we get the metal for the back of the fenders, we'll start putting them on.